Hey, everybody. I hope that you have had and are having a fantastic day. It is day 6 of the 21-day journal challenge for the new year. We are live every day, spending some time together, y'all, being able to walk through the prompts that are being shared with you all to help us all ground ourselves in the word and to help us to write out the vision that the Lord has given us so that we are not only just taking 21 days to journal, but to create behaviors that transform us, that allow us to move forward in obedience and to carry out the vision that the Lord has given to us. So, y'all, in today's prompt, it was asking us to really root ourselves in what the Lord has said to us and what the Lord has shown to us, and reflecting on what God has already done for us. My goodness, I'm going to start off by just saying um, there's something about going back sometimes that has value, power, and it can be prophetic as well, right? Because I spent my evening um, going back. I spent some time with a particular organization that I sit on the board for, and had an opportunity to have an experience that reminded me how important it is, not just to give back, but sometimes to go back. Um, Especially when God has told you and has reminded you and is confirming for you that it is part of your assignment. My God. And the reason why that has relevance, y'all, is because, sometimes you just stop and you pause and you look around and you understand that certain things are bigger than you. You realize that it's about the people who are connected to that assignment. It's about the people connected to you. It's about the lives that are going to be changed and transformed, not because one particular person holds all the power, but you're a key. You hold a key and you're going to unlock something that's going to start that domino effect, right? That's going to start that chain reaction, y'all. That's going to be able to result in something amazing that's going to happen in someone's life. And it's not to say, man, I'm so glad I was part of that because I did X or I did Y. No, it's to say to God be the glory. It's the opportunity to thank God for the ability to hear God. Y'all, do you know how much of a blessing it is to be able to block out noise, to be able to say, I know what the Lord requires of me. I've heard what the Lord wants from me. And to know that your walk is so predicated in the word of God that you don't even have to pause and ask yourself, well, should I do this? What decision should I make? Is this the right decision? How does this look? You don't even have to do that when you know it's rooted in God. And so today, in today's prompt, in today's journey in this 21-day journal challenge, y'all, I decided to look back. So December of 2024 was when I actually officially began to journal my dreams. Every single dream I had, starting December of 2024, I started to journal those dreams. And so that means that December of 2025 was a whole year that I have been journaling the visions, the dreams that the Lord has given me, y'all. And so today I took a look back, and it was a reminder of what God has already done. It was a reminder that God is not a man that he would lie. It was a reminder to continue to hold on to his unchanging hand. It was a reminder of how blessed I am, how far I've come. My God, y'all, in that moment, in that reflection, I just had to give God the glory. I had to give him praise. I just sat and I worshiped. I worshiped. And my youngest son was with me. And he doesn't get crazy when he see mom, like he see mom worshiping or praying and all of he usually will just kind of like discern, like, do I leave mom alone? Do I go over to mom? Well, today he must have had a knowing that he needed to come and just wrap his arms around me, and he did. And I just wanted to come on just to say, y'all, just give God thanks. Thank you to the Lord for what he has already done in your life, for the blessings that he has already produced in your life. And that's why when we say count your blessings, that is not cliche. That is not just a phrase. Y'all, you can't count all the blessings that God has given you. But when you take the time to go back and trace, review the evidence, my God, it's a mirror held up that, man, there is no way I could ever say that I'm doing. And I don't want to feel this to be condemning y'all, but like enough to show God that I love him, that I thank him, that I am grateful to be a child of his. It's like, what can you do to show him that when there's just so much that he has done for you, y'all? And so I want you to think about that as you're continuing on this 21 days and beyond, that this becomes a marker for you. This becomes this becomes your opportunity to look back months from now, years from now, reflect on this moment today. At one point, you are going to be able to reflect back on today, y'all, and see evidence of God working in your life. We must count it all joy because there is something that you're experiencing today. There's something that you have just gone through, that you're walking in. And it's an answered prayer that you had years ago. And maybe you didn't even realize that was a prayer you asked God for. You know why? Because maybe there was no evidence. You didn't write it down. Sometimes we start to get common with God, thinking that we just supposed to have this good health, that we just supposed to have these blessings. We supposed to have that paycheck. We supposed to have these clients. We supposed to have whatever it is that you look around to your left and your right and you have. That's God's grace. My God, don't ever get complacent in common with God. There's fruit all around us of his goodness. But where's the fruit of our obedience, our thankfulness, our grace, our love? My God. Y'all, that's today. That's day 6. I just sit in gratitude today. Thankfulness, gratefulness. And the fact that I had the 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 documented evidence to be able to go back and reflect and see, for everything I'm believing God for right now, y'all. If God does nothing else, my God, what he's already done for me, what he's already brought me through. If he does nothing else, I'm grateful. I'm blessed. Blessed. My God, y'all. So, again, this is about a transformation. This is about a heart posture. This is about a clean heart and God just doing a new thing in us. And sometimes part of that is just taking a pause and thanking God for what he has already done. So I love you guys. I hope that this has been an amazing day. I hope that this journey through this 21 days so far has been transformational for you in some way. The reflection, the time with God, the learning, the meditating on the word. I hope something in there is helpful. But continue to come back to me, y'all. I'll see you on day 7. I love you. Have a wonderful evening.